Talking of another book, one of your previous book, Inglorious Empire, when you held post-launch talks, you were speaking in very clear terms that the British need to atone for the past. My question is, do you think, is it required? What will it do for us Indians? Isn't it too far for us to care about it?
That's a fair question. It's one that some have asked. And the answer is that, first of all, that didn't put off others who felt there were historical wrongs to be righted. Willy Brandt, the Chancellor of Germany in 1970, went on his knees in the Warsaw Ghetto to apologize for the atrocities of the Nazis against the Polish Jews and other Poles. But don't forget that Willy Brandt was a social democrat. People like him, including himself, had been persecuted by the Nazis. He didn't need to apologize. He'd done no harm himself. But he just felt as head of the German government, he owed that on behalf of his nation to the Polish nation. Similarly, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, apologized in the Canadian Parliament to the people of India for the Komagata Maru incident, which was an incident which a Japanese ship, more than 100 years ago now, was turned away at gunpoint from the port of Vancouver. And the ship was laden with Indian refugees, many of whom perished on the high seas or at the hands of the British after the ship came back. So in many respects, the Canadians were not as directly culpable. They didn't do the atrocities, but they didn't give refuge to these people, and so he apologized. All I'm saying to the Brits is, I'm not asking for reparations. That was an Oxford debate. We'll put that aside. In any case, what I semi-jokingly said, £1 a year for the next 200 years, would be impossible for any finance ministry to administer. So we can forget about that. What I want simply is an acknowledgement that the history of those years needs to be faced up to.